What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What kind of ignorant shit is that?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
You idiot, you fool!
Hey, dummy!
This is the Ignorance is Blessed podcast.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
God damn it. Hey, idiots. Listen, we're back.
Hey,
Audrey Stewart's here. It's going to be loud.
it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be crazy.
It's gonna be live, laugh, love LA.
Yeah. She's hawking these hats.
Listen, people make fun of me for wearing this hat. I wore it at the Dodgers. They were playing the Dodgers. Were winning the
Ow!
whole thing, and I was in a bar. People were like, "What is a fucking hat?" And I said, "You think I care what you think? I'm gonna wear it every day now."
Yeah, so she showed them. She hasn't taken that hat off in 3 years.
If I take this out,
Just
my hair
grease
is
is
stuck.
stuck.
Yeah, it just rips my hair off.
Damn it. Hang on. I'm still adjusting as we go. And now it's going to be too loud. God damn it.
Okay, wait. I can talk in a monotone voice despite what I'm drinking.
She's drinking a Celsius, so we're going to ramp up real hard all episode. Okay, let's just get into it. Because Audrey was supposed to be here, just so you know, this is going to come out the week that we're both going to Wrightwood. So,
Is that what it's called where we're going?
California, yes. This is how little Audrey knows about what she's doing with her life.
Jessica asked me to do something, and I said, "Bing, I'm there."
I'm there. And then it's just heroin behind a dumpster.
I was thinking about that the other day when I literally, I say yes to filming like anything or like going anywhere sometimes, and it's so funny. It was the Comedy Mafia, which ended up being so fun. But it was the whole
Fun.
game is you kill people. It's a murder.
Yes.
And we sent the location. And I go, what if this just turned so evil? And
Like,
'cause-
people are really getting murdered.
yeah, because we were downtown in this space. I'm like, what? And this space ended up being so nice. But I was like, I would get killed doing something like this.
Going to play a game that has been commandeered as a comedy show simply by putting the word comedy in front of it.
Yeah, literally love it though. It's the most fun thing ever.
Yeah, if you guys have ever played Mafia,
It's so fun.
it's the best. And then this is comedians playing Mafia.
It's literally a blast and a half.
It's so funny.
People always kill me off quickly, but not. You gotta.
Really? You die a lot?
At camp, at summer camp, I was always killed off first.
Really?
You know, that's crazy to me too, because I would do this thing where I would over the top hide my face and then rise back up. Moki, there's an intruder.
Oh, no.
What an intruder just came in
And just
during this.
killed us?
It just literally killed us.
Get the
Yeah.
clip!
Yeah. Somebody, I would hope to God Nate would come home and clip that shit up.
Yeah, Nate, will you just clip out our death, please?
Yeah. Nate, for the sake of everything. please
Get
clip our-
post-mortem views. Yeah, that's when we both go viral enough to sell out
That's
theaters and we're dead.
fucking funny. Yeah, our ghosts.
God damn it, Moki! Okay, listen. I think she stopped. She's gonna do it again. Audrey was supposed to be on. We were supposed to record this a while ago. A couple weeks ago. And in the morning, we were supposed to record. I was like, hey, bitch. I don't know if I said hey, bitch, but I might have.
No, I think you did.
Yeah, I was like, listen,
That's
we're
really
gonna
bad.
have to reschedule. There's a fire in the Palisades, and one has broken out on the east side. Some of you might have heard of them. They got pretty big. Very sad, very tragic. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. It literally is horrific. But at the time, I was just like, I'm fine, but the smoke, my little baby lungs, can't handle it because I have sensitive baby lungs.
She's got baby lungs.
Yeah, baby
She got those baby lungs. She got those infant lungs.
And so I was like, we're peacing out. And that was that. And you were like, cool, we're going to hang. Hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, yeah. So we were like, she was like, we're out. Couldn't have gone out at a better time, I think.
By the way, I was like, we're going to leave now. The traffic's probably already really bad because we headed to San Diego. Some people went to Vegas. People went different directions. I've never gotten to San Diego faster in my life. No one was leaving.
Well, and nobody was leaving, but you guys leaving. Okay, so they left. Who am I talking to?
You're talking to the... Yeah, I know.
I always look at the camera. I'm like, they left. Okay.
We're mostly just in people's ears. But for the 5 people watching...
For the 5,000 million people watching.
Yes.
Today's the day to manifest. I don't know. I say that every day.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard people
Today,
like, where'd you hear that from? Like,
one of the days is going to be the day.
one of the days is going to be the day. So with that knowledge, Jessica's leaving. I know a couple other people were like, I'm going to leave. And I just had this weird feeling. Like, we live underneath Runyon Canyon.
Yeah, you're right at Running Canyon, right?
Sam feels really guilty about this. okay? He said he feels so guilty about
Why
this.
did you say we should leave?
Absolutely. I said we should get out. We should go. I have a weird feeling we should leave. And he was like, we are nowhere near the fires. But then I was like, I had this thought. I was like, but if something happened to this run, it's a canyon, so it travels fast.
Yeah, you're like, we're right by. That's the thing is, like, anyone near brush
Yes.
versus, like, I'm surrounded by buildings, which, of course, obviously we know can burn.
Yeah.
But brush in wildfires is what spreads, like,
The
instant.
entrance of brush, too.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, so he's like, we're not leaving. And I'm like, okay. Or he says, you can leave, but I'm staying. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to leave without you. Okay?
That's so funny because I had the mental thought of, like, if Nate tries to be like, I don't think we should leave, I was literally going to be like, I'm leaving without you. I'm not dying of smoke. And it was going to be my big, like, I'm finally doing something that's not codependent. But then he's like, I'll go on the roof and assess the situation. I'm like, that's good. Go to a high point and stand in the smoke.
That is so funny.
But he agreed, so I didn't have to. And I was like, thank God I can continue to be codependent.
That is such a hoot that would be your moment of like, finally, I'm doing something on my own. And then meanwhile, flashback to the building. Just
Yeah. When also I was like, I think I was trying to mentally talk myself up because I was like, I probably won't.
Yeah.
I'll probably go, okay, yeah, I'm probably
Yeah, whatever you say, let's stay. But you know what? The thing is, you are actually, your lungs are compromised.
Yeah, I
You have no
have
choice to get
autoimmune
out.
bullshit. So.
Yeah, you got to get out. And of course, Nate's going to go with you. And yeah, Sam said that. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I'm not going to leave without you. So I stay. And Sam was he feels awful. And then,
Yeah, it's like no one could know.
but this story is nuts. So we have our neighbors, our other two comics, Maddie Chambers and Manny Martino. They live,
Shout out.
they live like further down.
They're in a different building, right? You guys are in a
Yeah,
different
they're
building?
like down. So they're further from Runyon. It would take me, it's like maybe a 7-minute walk to theirs.
Okay.
They
You're
get an evacuation notice 25 minutes before us. I think they evacuated by the time we didn't even know the fire was happening, which is really fucked up.
what?
Yes, fucked up. So we compare times, and that's when I noticed it. Okay,
That's crazy.
I start hearing, we're in our building, and all of a sudden I start hearing people kind of running around, and I'm like,
What's going on?
what is going on? And then Sam, we have the Watch Duty app. Sam goes, there's a small brush fire on Runyon. We gotta go. We don't have any of the notifications yet, none of that. So I'm like,
None of the
okay,
alerts.
small brush fire, we're getting ahead of this. We can put the photo, we can post it somehow. I'm not joking you. He goes, this is what he
You
said.
would be taking photos.
I know, I did. I
You're getting
stopped it.
content.
People were literally, get out! And I
You're
was
doing
like,
a dance.
I was like,
Running
no.
from the fire.
I know, I was like, real quick, I was like trying to get my camera roll, and my storage was full, so I was deleting apps. Just so,
That was
I deleted
together.
my Google Calendar app. I go, that won't be
Won't be
needing
needing
these
this.
events.
Yeah, people are gonna cancel everything. I'm not gonna need that thing.
That's so funny. And I go, all right, and then I literally start filming it, but it was so insane. He goes, get the Kia. This will be relevant. He said, get the Kia out on the street because I street park, and he has a BMW and it's in the garage
Yeah,
because no one cares if my Kia gets swiped on the street. Let's put the BMW in the garage.
I've got to
Actually,
protect the BMW.
Yeah, that's actually fair. Okay, so the Kia is a piece of shit.
No one's
What?
gonna steal it.
No one's gonna steal this Kia. Literally, I think there's Taco Bell stuck in the car. What the fuck? Okay, so literally, the Kia. I grabbed the Kia, and I can see it's not a small brush fire, by the way. It is a huge fire, so big, and I'm looking right at it, and people are screaming,
They're like running on the street screaming.
"Get out! Get out!" Because there's two buildings that are closer, and then ours, and they're like, "Get out!" And I was like,
Were these like sheriffs?
no.
Or these are just random
These are
people screaming and yelling,
screaming,
"Get out!"
Screaming because it. When you looked at it, it was like, oh, all of our places are going.
We're done.
We were like, we're losing everything. Like that is exactly what I thought. I saw it and I go, and I knew after the picture. Then I was like in the car and I was like, I'm scared. Even when I pull in the downstairs garage, I had the clicker. I was like, that we might get trapped in this garage. That's
You
how
pulled in to get Sam?
pulled in the garage and get
He
Sam.
didn't come out the front,
He
Sam?
couldn't, so he had the cats. He had
Oh,
to carry
God.
the cats down.
Do you have
from the
carriers
inside.
from him, or is he like holding the cat?
The carriers are not the move with the cats.
Because they freak out.
They'll freak out. So he just we've been picking them up slowly since, just to get them ready in case we have to do it again.
Yeah,
which
just
is so
used to.
fucked
That's
up.
crazy.
It's crazy. So
The cats hate being touched.
They do, and he has scratches all over himself. And so he threw both of the cats in. We take the Kia and we're
They're
going.
just ripping up your back seat.
Yeah, ripping it. And he goes, no, they're like hiding. They're going, meow, meow. And then he goes, why are we in the Kia? And then he pukes.
What?
Everywhere. Sam is puking everywhere, and we're also on the phone with my brother.
Puking?
We're also on the phone with my brother because my sister-in-law, God bless her, works for hotels and got us a free hotel in Irvine.
Oh, thank
Shout
God.
out to their hotel. And literally, they said on the phone, the cats were like, meow, meow. And Sam was like, bleh, bleh. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't roll down the windows because of smoke.
Don't puke on the Taco Bell.
And then I'm about to puke.
Oh, no.
And then it was just chaos.
The cats were in the back.
Yeah, no, they're eating the puke. I'm like,
Oh,
what the
God.
fuck? No, okay. But they, like, literally, it was insane. It was insanity. So I have this new bit where it's like, I think Sam was like crying because he was crying. We both were crying because we thought we were going to lose everything. And he looked at me and I thought he was going to be like, you're the love of my life. You're all I need. And he was like, why the fuck are we in the Kia?
Yeah, you thought it was going to be a moment where it's like, thank God we have each other. And he just goes, what have I done?
I done? Oh, shit. And his car is his baby. But he did say some nice things, too. He was like, all I need is right here. And I'm like, that's BS. He was your BMW.
And you just told me to tell people you puked in the car. Dude, was he like puking out of just overwhelm?
Yeah, so he can puke if he's probably hating that I'm telling the story. Who cares?
Is this a thing that happens, or has that never happened before?
I think I've seen it happen quite a few times. Yeah. So he pukes when he's like overwhelmed, I think, or over something. I mean, he was also looking at the news, and he was the way that you would see, to those boys who put it out, and women, whoever, that put that
Whatever
fire
they
out,
are.
Whatever.
Firefighters.
They, stems, firefighters, women's,
People with hoses.
People with hoses getting that
Either
stuff
attached
out.
to their body or not.
Yeah, we don't know. But killed it. They killed it. Because it's like, it destroyed some homes. Yeah.
It did?
Yeah, there's homes up in
Up in the mountains. Fuck. I wasn't sure about that one.
I didn't think that it did destroy any homes, and then I was babysitting for somebody who was helping somebody who had lost their home in the Sunset Fire. And I was like, this is the first time hearing that somebody lost their home in the Sunset Fire.
God damn.
But we were sure. But the rate and if it happened the night before, for sure our places would have been just...
Oh, yeah.
If it was the night before that wind, we would have lost.
Oh, it would have...
It would probably hit the Comedy Store. It probably would have wiped out.
Yeah, they were evacuating in a way that, like, my first thought was Audrey.
I know, the nicest.
Well, I called you, and then I was like, I shouldn't be calling her right now. She's on the run, and she's going to try to answer the phone because she's nice. Sure enough,
yeah.
Jessica! And then it went off, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Such a pusher where I'm like, I got to answer these calls and text.
I know, that's why I was like, she's going to be obligated. I'm going to be the reason she doesn't get out in time. Why did I call her?
That is so funny. But literally, that's so funny. But you should see, actually, I should show you these texts so we can even show them. I was getting the most dramatic text. My friend Thomas, everybody has a Watch Duty app and knows where I live. My friend Thomas goes, get out right now.
It's all of us just
it's
doing
on
this.
top of you. And then my friend Dylan was like, are you getting out? It's there. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. It was insane.
Like, stop distracting me from getting out.
I know. It was actually the whole, and then you know what? I did something I'm not proud of. We got clogged in the back alleyway trying to leave.
You beat up an old woman.
I actually laid on my horn.
Oh my, that's the thing you're ashamed of?
I don't know. I don't
You
think anybody
honk.
could move, and I think everybody was like, and they say don't panic, and I was like, ah!
Immediate
I was
panic.
creating panic. I feel so bad for everybody who lost their home, because even just that experience alone was so traumatic, where I'm like,
I can't even imagine.
imagine how they are feeling.
No.
And I only got like a baby glimpse of it. So I'm like, anybody who actually lost their houses or was like spraying down their roofs trying to beat time, I'm like, my heart breaks for you.
I mean, it's so... The
Crazy.
people... I think I don't know enough about fires. And I realize we all have different reactions in times of crisis. I was a little blown away by the people... Well, as the fire's raging, the stories of people trying to hose down their house. It's like, babe, you gotta go. You gotta let go.
It was scary to see.
It's just so sad. And
It
then to
was-
lose everything.
I know, and some people put sprinklers on their roof.
There was one guy who said his house in the Palisades was still standing because he used to be a...
But there was those fire protected homes. Did you see that? Those iron fire. I'm like,
No, I haven't seen iron homes.
it was like fireproof homes.
And
And then they survived. I don't know if they were in Altadena or where they were. They're fireproof homes that survived. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry,
I
that
thought
was-
it was a Watch Duty app.
I'm so sorry. Oh, did you have your alerts on with the noise?
Oh yeah, so then we got the call, by the way, from while we were already out in the alleyway, the government call, which is so terrifying, by the way. They said this is a mandatory evacuation. You don't have much time. Grab your the things you need and get out.
Okay, that's fucking so scary.
It was, and then the alerts on your phones are like, but it was
Just
too, it
going
was
off.
late. I'm like, bro.
I'm tired.
It's also no, not that. Like,
Oh,
they were
no,
delayed.
no.
I'm fucking done
It's
by that.
like, what?
I'm like, it was past 6 p.m. I was tired.
I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's crazy. They're like, yeah, we know. The
Yeah.
message came to, I mean, it obviously happened so quickly, but then to find out people got down the street who were further away got the messages first, it's like...
Oh, and then you see the people. I don't know if you have to switch this. We can talk after.
Okay, we're gonna keep talking about this. We're gonna take a quick break.
Yep. Yeah. The point is, we can be anywhere we want,
Yeah.
and it's up to us. And as long as we keep loving it, good things will happen.
Yeah, it's also like, what the fuck is the point if you don't love it? Obviously, you guys missed a lot during the break.
Yeah.
And we won't be sharing it with you.
Our eyes are probably red because we were crying.
You're like, everything's gonna be fine. I do want to ask you, in context of the fire.
Yes.
I didn't think this whole thing was gonna be about fire, but
To the fire. Oh, that's not the words.
I don't even know what that was supposed
Adele.
to be.
To the flame. Watch me. Watch me flame.
Watch it burn.
Yeah.
I set fire to the rain.
Fire to the rain. I'm right. That was
Yeah.
right.
She did that so she could roast marshmallows. Anyways, that's an old... Remember when Adele was fat? Okay, God bless her.
She's hot. I love her.
She's so beautiful and her voice is so iconic.
There's like an emo looking Adele who's blown up too, who I love. Who sings, 'Cause I'm too messy. I also don't get any lyrics to any song correct, and that's a fun fact about me. I will ruin every
That
song with my
does
own-
not shock me at all.
Listen.
You remind me of my best friend Ashley from high school in that way, in that, like, she would... Not only would she get them wrong, she would insist she was right.
That's so funny.
She-
Denies.
Did you ever... You know the song Air Force One? Is it Air Force One? It's
Is that right?
It's probably before your time.
I
You're a
Like
little
Mike.
younger.
That movie, Like Mike?
Oh, maybe. It's a Nelly song, but it had all these features where they go... It's about the shoes, Air Force Ones.
Love that.
And they would go, I need 2 pairs. I need 2 pairs. That's how they said pairs. She insisted. Like, she fought people over the fact that she was positive. It was, I need 2 birds. And I'm like, that doesn't make any
That's
sense.
so funny. And probably at the time there's no internet.
No.
So no one could just get in Google on their phone. That was the best for people who had to be right. The internet.
Oh,
wasn't
man, the
there.
internet ruined people.
You wanna? Here's a fun fact. My
His dads were
ex-boyfriend-
taken down.
My ex-boyfriend.
They've just been lying to us the whole time.
Yeah. When they got internet, fuck, we were all screws. They knew that we were lying. Okay. Fun fact: my ex-boyfriend's dad invented cha-cha, where you would text 242-242 and ask it a question, and it would respond. This
I
is
have
before we
no
had internet.
recollection of cha-cha.
See, these facts aren't cool when people don't know what it is.
You mean Ask Jeeves?
Oh,
that was the early internet. Never
Ask
mind.
Jeeves was that? No, Ask Jeeves. Oh, that was. You
Wait.
can do Ask Jeeves on your phone. This is
Oh, so
before
it was meant for, like, internet on the phone. Internet existed, but we didn't have smartphones.
Yeah, so you would say, yes, so you had to text 242 a question, and then somebody working at Cha-Cha would look up the answer and text you back.
Whoa, it was like a real person.
Yeah.
Damn. What if that's how the internet worked?
That'd be,
There's just
sometimes
people
I-
at Google going, oh, I don't know why your period smells like that.
That's so funny.
Help.
They ask
They're
their
making
wives.
phone calls.
Yeah.
Honey.
They're throwing out, if I get one more, why is my discharge looking like this?
Yeah, just... I work in the discharge question department at Google. It's a big department.
Oh
It's
my
most of what
God.
people ask.
That's so, wait, so AI, when it answers you, where, ChatGPT, that's not humans, right?
No, but
Where are they getting that?
I think there's just so much information on the internet that they're able to, like, put it all together. You know, I asked... Oh, maybe this is for another episode. Maybe this is for the bonus if we have time for a bonus 15 minutes.
I had nothing in my life.
I have an
had no
audition
idea.
actually at 2:30 in person.
What the fuck?
I
Where?
know. Gower and Sunset or
Yes.
whatever, that one place
Yes.
where it's just going to be a terrible commercial audition.
Dude, sometimes those commercial auditions. I went to one near Spirit Halloween recently, and it was like girls at lunch, and everybody looked so hot, and I was in a Towler Target sweater, and I go,
You're like, what are you wearing to lunch?
I know. What kind of fucking lunch is this?
I had, by the way, the craziest, not to circle it back to the fires, but the 2 days before the fires exploded, I was really having like a, you know what? It might be my year type of thing.
I'm dead.
I think the Monday night, no, it was all on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, I had my very first, after so many years, like 15 years of living here almost. Not quite, but almost 15.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was
Are we
that
about
an
to have an earthquake?
Was that an earthquake? Or do you hear people shut things down?
I don't usually hear people shut things.
Felt like an earthquake.
It did feel like an earthquake. Is that why Moki was going crazy earlier?
Maybe.
I can't deal with this level of anxiety.
I gotta tell you, I'm waiting for the next bad thing to happen.
I'm really worried about the mudslides, especially you're by the hill. Anyway, I didn't mean to plant that seed. The good news is...
What good news? Sunset and Gower?
It's like the good news is, and I just stared into space.
No, that's actually great news. In-person auditions is the best, I think, because then they can really...
Get to know you. They see
Yes.
you. It's so hard to do a self-tapes suck.
Yeah.
And it's like the reality we live in. There is some level of, I thought, like, oh, the convenience of not having to sit in traffic. But I had this is crazy that I have continued to audition this long. But just to emphasize, it's about not quitting, maybe.
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
had
not
my
quitting.
very first in-person callback for a commercial.
That's
ever.
fantastic. That's great.
Ever.
You know what? That's freaking great. That's a
So,
celebration.
I had that Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
And as we're in the audition, it's like, everybody knew that there was like a red flag warning. The wind was out of control. Like, I don't know if you had seen that in the weather before, but in the audition, we got the alert that a fire's broken out in Palisades. And I thought, I was in Santa Monica, the callback was in Santa Monica, and I just thought, that sucks. They'll get it out. Like, hope they get it out quick because the wind, I don't mean to be callous, but at the time it's like, California wildfires, they'll shut it down. And then I left, had a good audition where they like held us in the room, they had us redo it because it was a group audition, and like they sent us out, and they're like, they're gonna send you out, but they might bring 1 or 2 people back in to like read a line, and then they're like, oh, they want the whole group to come back in. So it was just feeling very positive.
That's great.
And I wasn't like, I've never left an audition like, booked it, but
No, it's great.
my goal in any audition is to go, I made a good impression.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
They'll think of me again.
Yes.
Eventually something will be the right fit, whatever.
Yes.
But I like left, I went and got myself a little Diet Coke, a little treat for the drive home, and then I'm
Yes.
walking out of the 7-Eleven and I look up at the sky and I was like, uh-oh, that's pretty bad. And then that night I opened for my friend Jeff Arcuri at Wiltern. It was like a sold out Wiltern.
Awesome.
Had a great set.
Great.
So just first callback, which is, whatever, didn't book it unless they've been on hiatus, but then I got to do a sold out theater show, and obviously it wasn't like my theater show, but
yeah.
I started at festivals with him. We were both like on the same level, and to go back to something we weren't talking about on air, but like you blow up on your own.
Yeah, 100%.
He did his own thing, and it was just a fun, like a huge crowd laughing, and like just felt good,
It's awesome.
And then what happened. But I've gone on too long.
But it's nice, but no, listen, it's nice that happened before this, because you know what? If the bad thing has happened, if you want to go to a place of positivity, think of all the good things that were happening before this bad thing, and to know that it will get back to where it was.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's good for all of us to focus on.
A sold-out show at the Wiltern is amazing. A callback, it doesn't matter how long you've been here. You're so right. Anytime you get a callback, it's the best. And also, commercials are so random. It has nothing to do with your talent. Almost
No, it's like, do you
sometimes.
look like the thing? Are you a fit for the product brand? There's so much that goes into it, and like.
But then, if you are funny on top of that, it's great. Like, or you are talented, that's great. It's like you deserve that callback.
Yeah, and I've done. I just not to say like I've done like voiceover callbacks. I've booked a few things. Like I did a couple self-tape commercial callbacks. I've literally never booked a commercial from an audition. It's always like anything I've booked has been somebody knows some. What am I talking about? I don't think I've done a commercial. No, I haven't. I did a local one in high school, but
I was in a constipation one.
Hot.
where I literally had to play a constipated baker. And I actually was having stomach pains that day. And she was like, "You're hurting." And I actually was. And I was like, she was like, "That's perfect."
It's like, God, she's so good.
And I was like, I'm actually so, and because I ate so much craft services, there was like cake and shit.
That's my, by the way, biggest fear is like I would like to act. I'm like, I couldn't get cast in a regular recurring role. I'd be fat by the end of the season.
I know.
I have no self-control.
I don't know. I would think the same thing. Craft services.
They would
like,
replace me.
I'd have bagels 5 times a day.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm bored. I
Yeah.
got a snack. We have ADHD.
Do you think I want to go to the grocery store?
Let me put it in my in your purse on the way out. Oh, I wanted to ask. Okay, I don't know if you're feeling this way. You were like obviously you had to like run for your life literally. But thank God your place is intact.
It's in place. It's intact. We're so lucky.
Have you been feeling like like when we left and we were gone for a while and even coming back, I was like, I really don't need a lot of the stuff I have.
Funny you say that, because so then when we thought we were going to lose everything, Sam goes, we get up to $10,000, and I go, I don't have anything even close to worth $10,000. I don't have, that made me actually realize, I'm like, oh, I don't own things, and I don't have valuable things.
Like, I don't have like big valuable.
I walk around, and it's like, everything on me is probably collectively $25.
Yeah.
Or they're hand-me-downs, or I don't know. And then the only thing of value was that we didn't even think to take our passports.
Yeah.
It made me truly be like, because people who lost their houses, they owned that property.
Yeah, that was like a piece of property, like buying a house in Los Angeles.
Dude, what an
or like some
accomplishment.
people, I mean, yeah, that's like
Altadena, those are all accomplishments, or they're passed. What kills me are the ones that are passed down.
Passed down where it's like you couldn't have bought that house.
Generational.
But you've been able to have a house because your family bought it years ago.
And worked their ass off. And
and anyone who owns a home or is in the process of buying a home or trying to get the money to do so, people work their whole life. They work their ass off, I guess.
they literally work their ass off.
Just to have a little piece of property.
I read something where somebody had completely just redone their house. And then
yeah, I saw that.
Cole Garrett's story is crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
We have a friend who lived in the Palisades, and I think I can say it.
Yeah, pregnant. We know.
Yeah.
We know. No one's listening. His wife found out she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Like either late last year or early this year.
And they had a drip in the ceiling, and he was like, "Well, for my wife's health, for my baby's health, I don't want this mold or whatever." So they decided to leave. The last day they packed up was the day before the fires, and then their place just
burned.
Yeah,
January 6th. He's like, all right, we'll move.
January
like
6th.
that was their move out day.
Yeah.
And in case you're feeling anxious about this, he said it on the comedy show. So
No. I was thinking January 6th, meaning
that's probably cheap to move because everyone's not moving because they're busy rioting or whatever. They're celebrating their redneck
that's
relatives.
So funny. I was like, January 6th.
Liberation.
No, yeah, he talked about this literally on his bits.
Yeah, so I mean the bit he has is so funny. I won't spoil it, but go find Cole. He'll post the bit eventually.
Go find Cole Garrett. Yeah, he should post it soon.
Yeah, he should. But
hey, Cole.
Cole, what the fuck?
Hey, Cole, go ahead and post
Cole?
that.
Cole, cut to the bit about the fires.
Go ahead and post a bit.
It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That the day before the fires broke out, they moved out.
You just have stories like that. You're like, that's kind of it's crazy. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know, divine intervention. I don't know.
Yeah, divine intervention is crazy.
But then that's a shitty thing to say because the amount of people are like, oh, so no one wanted to intervene with me.
I know that's the other thing. I'm sure it's so. I'm like, if I were a homeowner that lost my home, I would have a hard time being like, what was the purpose of that?
Yeah, I mean, any giant trauma, it's like,
what was the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
how many spiritual healers
I know
have just been crushed by this?
And I'm religious. I don't want to say religious. I guess I'm spiritual.
Yeah?
So,
I was going to say, what, do you identify with a specific religion, or you just believe there is
a
higher...
Confirmed baptized Catholic, definitely not a Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I did not like how and I don't have any problem saying this. I don't like how my teachers raised us. They said crazy shit at St. Luke. Did not like St. Luke. Liked some of the people eventually when we got that, but I did not like St. Luke. And
I'll tell you, other than the pedophilia, I don't care for it.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean, there's a lot of, like, it's fucked up.
I didn't relate to I think whoever taught me, we had a really cool priest where I was like, and he ended up dying. He had like a heart attack, but he was like a magician and shit. And he was so loving.
Priest that was a magician?
He would do like magic tricks during sermons.
No way that guy wasn't a pedophile.
No. Listen, actually, he's like very cool. His name is Father Justin, and this guy from St. Luke, his name is Jared Sherlock. He's a famous magician now. He used to go on the office hours with, and then this priest would teach him magic, and now this guy's like, and he
taught him magic.
No, not this priest.
Played with a couple balloon animals.
All right, she wants that to happen so bad. Not this priest.
Okay.
Not
he
this
was
priest.
one of the good ones.
He was a good one, I think, but he died for it. So.
Yeah, that's what it gets.
Yeah. For being good. Yeah.
That's what you get. You die.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I relate to certain, because there's things that religions say where I'm like, I don't agree with that.
There's a lot of man-made rules.
But yes, but I pray every night.
You pray every night?
I pray every single night.
Do you have a
prayer?
Like you have a thing you recite?
Yeah, there used to be a prayer, and it's in a lot of horror movies where I'm like, okay.
Now I lay me down to
sleep. I pray but people say in the horror movies, it's now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep me. I say, may angels watch me through the night and wake me with the morning light. And then in the horror movies, it's,
if I die before I wake.
If I die before I wake. And I never say that. I'm like, what a weird thing to manifest.
Oh yeah, yours is way better. That you're like, protect me and let me live to see a beautiful morning. And there's like, should I die in my sleep, please, Lord?
And I'm like,
usher my soul to the great beyond.
Yeah, why would I say if I die before I wake? Fuck no.
Also, as a kid, it's like, what's gonna happen?
What is death? You know what I mean? But that, as a kid, the prayer that I say is the prayer that used to be hanging on the wall, and I would just stare at it, and then I would just memorize it, and then I just started saying it, and then I pray for people, and I pray for, and I just.
Yeah, do you do like custom prayers too? Like, are you like think of people in your life?
That really need it. I'll pray for them.
You ever pray against anybody?
No,
you've never prayed for the demise of like, and may this person's career stop going so
Sometimes
well.
I think it though, and but if somebody does something bad and I know that they're a bad person,
you're like, I don't want them to,
and they're doing really well, I'd be like, I always am like, I already know that something's gonna be bad because you can't hide that shit forever.
No, a wrench is coming.
A wrench is coming.
Yeah.
Enjoy the high, but a wrench is coming.
A wrench is coming. What the fuck was that? Okay, listen.
I don't know.
Is this podcast gonna turn into a horror movie? We're gonna take a quick break, and hopefully we'll be back.
I'm fucking dead. You just heard screams. What is that sound?
And we're back. Sorry. Okay, wait. I forgot what we were talking about. God and...
We're talking about God.
We were talking
about God. Because I pray every night.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Can we talk about you being a medium?
Oh, I'd love to.
Would you really? Because
I fell asleep to... Tyler Henry, do you know who that is?
Is he like the celebrity medium guy?
He's the best out there. He's a
Didn't
celebrity
somebody
medium.
say? Wasn't there somebody said?
There's a clip of him saying, "Hey, your house is gonna burn in like 3 years," and then like her house burned in the Palisades fire.
Who was that? Wait, talk a little closer to the mic.
I don't know. Should I look it up right now?
No, because I'll probably go down a rabbit hole. But you guys probably have seen it. But look it up. I'll try to find.
And I think I added in the 3 years. Sometimes I lie. Okay, so I'm sad for them for no reason. I'm like, that was a lie.
Sometimes I just put in fun details that are completely false.
That literally aren't true. So my family, we've always had like my aunt's pretty tapped in.
You're from Indiana?
From Indiana. We have people in our family. My mom claims she's tapped in, but people are tapped in. They don't really, meaning like they've seen stuff when they were younger, or
they're hearing things.
Hear things that not seeing things. Sounds like mental illness, and probably might be, but
I think it can also get misconstrued as that.
Yeah, but if I get super, super wasted, or just any under the influence, I have the ability to see things and hear things, but not actually see them, but see them, if that makes sense.
It's like, is it like...
I see them in my mind.
Comes in almost like a memory would, or like when you're imagining something,
yes,
kind of?
That's exactly what it is. And I can tell if it's a male or a female, or if they're younger, or if they're older, depending on, like, what side they come in on my head, which sounds weird. And
like where you're hearing the...
Yeah. And then, I weirdly... Then sometimes I'm like, oh, you're making this up. This isn't real. You're like, but then at the
Even about yourself, you're like, you're
you're
lying.
crazy. You're lying. But then the things that come to me that I say are just so specifically and spot on. I rarely miss.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, Jessica was there when I did one. Should I talk about the 3 top ones I've done?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So,
you guys, this is fucking crazy.
It's crazy. And you can ask certain comedians, like, you ask Chappelle Lacey, I can't really tell his, because his is more on the private side, but I definitely brought his brother back and was, like, saying some very specific shit.
Whoa.
Maddie and Mandy, I can tell this one, no problem. I went over there, had some wine, brought back, knew that, I forget which one it is now, but said that one of their grandparents immediately was like, hey, they are here, they want you to know there's a cherry tree in the backyard. One of them had a huge cherry tree in the backyard. Memory. I said, this was for Maddie's grandma. I said, she's doing yoo-hoo. That's what she would always do. She would do that with her voice. So, like, shit that's so specific.
There's no way you could know that.
It's weird, right? And then another one was my friend Jake. We were in a hot tub where I was house sitting. Shout out. They were listening. They're like, what the hell? And
just doing witchcraft in our hot tub?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Spirit soup out there?
They also have a camera, and I always laugh. I'm like, what if they just randomly tuned in? And I'm like, I'm bringing someone back. And they're like, that's enough.
Oh no, our house sitter's channeling in the backyard again.
That's such an LA phrase. Overheard in LA.
Yeah. Caught the house sitter channeling in the backyard again. Her spirits are lingering and it's hurting our poinsettias.
Her spirits are lingering for a reason. Okay, so literally we were sitting in the hot tub and it was like, my friend Jake, he didn't really believe too much, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring someone back. And I was like, it's an uncle type figure, but not necessarily an uncle. And it was his godfather. So got that, and I was like, did he?
Closer.
I was like, I see like my heart is hurting, and it's like a quick impact, and like I see him in the water, me like up to his knee, and you guys having some kind of heartfelt conversation, and his godfather had died in a boating accident.
Whoa.
And the heartfelt conversation with the water in the knees, one time they're in the lake and he came out to his godfather, and his godfather was very loving and accepting.
Oh.
So it's like shit like that. And then when I was with Jessica, we were on shrooms.
In Asheville, North Carolina.
Send that to my parents. We were on shrooms in Asheville, North
In
Carolina.
the streets of North Carolina with
You raised
Ryan O'Flanagan.
crazy bitch. No, not Ryan O'Flanagan. Richie.
Oh! No, wait, we're in Shrooms. Okay, we were in Lexington, Kentucky then.
Lexington, Kentucky.
I mixed up our whole tour now.
That's so funny. But we did do shrooms in Asheville as well. Well, we did shrooms a few times, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Lexington,
This was wild.
We were laying out on the grass or whatever. And
in a field, because his family has an absurdly large horse farm.
Yeah, and we were talking, and I don't think I said his cousin first, right?
You just said there's someone here.
I said there's someone here. It's a younger female, and I said she's showing me loud shoes and doing something funny with her voice. And then Richie was like, she was a tap dancer, and her and I would do these ridiculous accents with each other.
So
and
crazy.
I was like, she died in like a very dark way. I think I was on shrooms too, and it started getting dark for a second, and I was like,
do you like to are you like not like to give all the details if you're like, this seems sad?
I think if there's some things and I'm like, because it's just that battle of like you and then it's like,
do you want to tell them?
And then if I am I making this up still, and then I'm ruining but so it's always
the memory of someone.
Yes.
Wait, because
they'll always say something positive too. So it's like I'll say the positive thing, but we won't air out his business.
But it was like spot on. You also said something. I remember you saying, I think, something about a blue bow.
Yeah. Oh,
and he's like,
ribbon.
she the last picture we have together, she's wearing like a big blue
ribbon.
But then we were in Asheville, and you did, like, you had one with me where my dad showed up.
Yeah.
But then, this is why I asked, because I'm just remembering this, but you were like, I think also your grandpa's here, but then you went, oh, never mind. And then I was always like, was he not there, or was it something horrible? And you're like, oh, never mind. But there's no way for us to, I think
we should do another reading.
We should just get I want to produce your show called Drunk Medium.
I think it'd be so fun, but then I'd become an alcoholic, but I'm down for it. It runs in my family.
No, it would just record a lot of episodes at once. We'd have you binge drink once a month.
Sounds great.
And then
do
do 12 episodes in a row.
And then go to the Dodgers game, so then it would have been for nothing.
You're channeling people around. You're like,
Dude,
your Abuelita's here.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard. I think what with you, Richie's like Maddie, man. These are all friends too, but I think we were just on tour and we had been talking about your dad.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard because when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, am I getting these ideas because of our conversation?
Yeah, you're like, is this just like a subliminal? Yeah, that's gotta be. Because I imagine anyone who experiences any form of communicating with people from whatever, I don't call it beyond, but like who have gone on to whatever's next. It's like, I mean, at some point when you first started doing it, was there a part of you that was like, I'm losing my mind?
Yeah. I think I was just like, I'm lying. Like I'm like, you can so easily, if somebody asks you, like if I ask you, try to bring back a loved one, you're going to create things in your head.
Yeah, and kind of try to, that's the way that like people who scam people go, oh, there's a guy with an M, and then you're like, Mark! And you're like,
Tyler will actually say the name, and then people are like, yeah.
That's fucking.
He'll be like, David is here with us, and they're like, yep, that's my husband who passed away, David. And I'm like, that's insane. And he draws, so like you can, the way I feel things on different sides of my body, he does that. He draws. Yeah, I don't know. He is like next level and somebody I would fully trust, and somebody who's fully confident, and you can tell it's not bullshitting. Me, there's a line of like, I can't tell, like, because when sometimes it shocks me when people are like I feel like it's real, and then someone's like, that's correct, and I'm like, really? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, where you're like, you say a thing, and then you're almost like, they're gonna go, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And they go, that's spot on. You're like, really?
Yeah. Well, Thomas Dale did me, and it was so spot on. But the person I wanted him to bring back is all over the news. It's like a national case.
Yeah.
I told you about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he brought her back and like said things that nobody would ever say, and it was just like crazy. But then it's also, I wanted to. I'm saying Thomas is fantastic. He's real. But then
like, are you also calling her in?
No.
Or you wanted to hear these things?
Or am I reaching?
Yeah.
There's certain things where he's like, I see barn animals. I'm like, oh yeah. I went to a barn-themed dance party, and we took a picture on the steps that she was taken, and there was an orb over her head. And that's true, but that was a stretch.
Yeah, that you're like looking for something for it to make sense.
I'm reaching.
Yeah. So then you question.
I know, I wonder how much of it is also reaching.
Yeah, but then it's also, you gotta wonder, like, would you even be able to, like, make that reach if it wasn't...
It's true.
Like, find that connection.
I think it'd be so fun to do, because I've done it in the lab. I did Samantha Hale show, and I got wasted. I had Brian give me a bunch of shots at the bar. So funny. I think Rita even came down the stairs, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Everyone's like, what's happening out here? Is that why she had you on, or you riffed about it and you started doing it?
No, yeah, I told her I could do it. And she had me, because I'm not, you have to riff about scary movies, and I'm like, give me like a medium one and I'll do it.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. So like, I think it'd be fun to do a show.
Me too.
We should do it.
Let's do it.
Rita literally was like, any show you want to do in the lab, we should try to do it.
I mean, I don't want to just insert myself. I was like, is there a way I could help in that situation? Like, as a facilitator, as a, like,
I know, I think it'd be
a
funny
host
to have
that, like, commentates on,
yeah,
or maybe, like, a panel of comics commentating.
A panel of comments.
Or comics that you're reading.
Wait, a panel of comics commentating on reads is so funny.
Yeah.
They do that at the Crow. Orion does
They have a tarot thing, right?
Very funny. Tarot. I like subbed it for one time, but I was nowhere near good as Ryan. But she'll pull tarot cards, and then Ryan will riff with it. So there's already kind of.
But that's, in my opinion, way different than channeling.
Channeling.
Because it is. I mean, now I'm just thinking of all the ideas. If you're like, this guy's here and nobody's claiming him, and I'm like, yeah, they're just a loose spirit hanging out, and he's like, I want to be part of the show.
I know. And if we got like
the
Thomas
death of a
Dale,
failed open micer.
Yeah. If we got like Thomas Dale and like other comedians that think that they can channel, it'd be really fun.
Yeah, or even watching a comedian who doesn't think they can, but they're like, I'll try.
That's what they did on Goop. They said there's a medium there, and she said, because I almost took a medium fellowship. It's so expensive. I was like,
that shit, like,
I have to pay my bills.
it's with so many things, and it's like, I get that, like, we live in capitalism, so everyone's got to get their bag, get your coin, but I see it with, like, even just, like, little marketing or whatever things. It's like, sometimes they're so absurdly expensive.
So funny. I'm like, it'd be so funny if I'm like, God, I'm tight on making bills this month that I decided to do
Mediumship.
What?
Sorry, I don't have the rent money. I've been
Sorry, Sam, can you cover
apprenticing
rent
a
this month?
medium.
I want to go to this medium workshop. He'd be like, divorce. We're not even married.
He would marry you just to divorce you.
Yeah.
Although I wonder if I'm like, nah. Like, can we find someone who would give us, like, a group discount? Like,
Yeah,
we
so-
could all split the bill to learn
It'd
as
be
a small group.
As a small group, it's so funny. It's like also, it's funny because they said, so on Goop they say anybody can do it. And mainly when you let your guards down, which is why it'd be funny to get alcohol involved.
Yeah.
Comedians drinking, trying to bring back spirits.
I mean, it's spirits for spirits.
Yeah, and then you have me and then you close it out with somebody who's like super confident in it, aka Thomas Dale.
Yeah.
His rate is probably insane.
Probably. But also maybe, I mean, LA probably has a fair amount of these people, so you could even have, like, special guests,
Yeah,
maybe.
agreed.
Because people would be so in the show that, like, the comics would be the comic relief, so it doesn't have to be,
Yeah,
always be a comedian.
agreed.
Comedian.
Medium. And Thomas Dale is the funniest.
He's so fucking funny.
Fucking so funny, and he was. I mean, what a great reader. Even though I'm like, there are some things that I didn't have to reach for too, where I'm like, that was real, and maybe it wasn't reaching. You're right. So it was like, he's so funny and good. Some people are. That's why Tyler Henry. When I watch him, I'm like, he's so personable.
Yeah.
And cute and funny, and like, I'm like, God, he's like, he makes everybody feel comfortable. I'm like,
That's a skill in itself.
it's skill, yeah, which is what, I'm like, this is, because if you're a cold medium, I'm like, fuck, this is crazy.
Yeah, which I think is where someone like you or like Thomas, you have this, like, obviously, like, a natural ability, but you've also, you do comedy. Is he back in it? I feel like he came back, maybe he went away.
Came back.
He was doing it for years. He's a brilliant comedian.
Love him.
So you've already, like, honed this ability to connect with people.
Right.
Which I think helps, yeah, because there are probably people who are really good mediums, but are really bad with people.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel bad for them walking around hating people and then having that person's relative just, like, come in your head and be like, I didn't like him either.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's a wild, if it wasn't the middle of the day on, oh, fuck, I was gonna say, if we were doing this in the evening, even before Jack's party tonight.
Should you come back? And I have to go to a dinner. Should we? Okay.
I know, I was like, should I come back and record before?
Should we do another episode? I know what we could do, if you're up for it.
Okay.
So, if anyone's in Wrightwood, California, we're going to be... We don't have to do it at the show.
Oh, no, let's do it.
But I was going to say, we could do it after, or at the end of the show.
Wait, let's do it, because I'll probably be drinking after the show. It's Valentine's Day.
Okay, so...
Even though both of our boyfriends are sober, I'm like, I'll be drinking.
Yeah, I'll be drinking too. And I wanted to talk about that, but we didn't get into...
We're going to be drinking on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
okay, wait. We're going to...
That would be really fun.
I think, okay, so we'll keep the show, I don't know, like, reasonable. I never started the timer, so we're probably over time anyway on this, and then we'll do a medium thing at the end.
So you want to do it, so we'll do it at the bed and breakfast. And
Yeah.
And be drinking and do readings.
Yeah,
That sounds so fun.
So we'll, like, go up, do a little stand-up, and tell them we're gonna do it. Maybe we'll tell them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can promote it like that. And
Good.
do some, like, are you comfortable reading the crowd? Like, what would it, like, how does it work for you? Do you bring someone up, or do you...
I feel like the crowd, so when I did it at the Improv, it was hard because I was gathering different things, and I'd say something, and somebody would be like, that's for me. And I'm like, ooh, there's so many different things I'm getting. And when there's a crowd of people. But versus focusing on one person. But the one person at the Improv I got his mom, and I knew that, and it was actually so funny because they were laughing so hard at me, and I'm like, turquoise, does that mean anything? And he was like, yes, she loved the ocean, and people were like, people were like
I
laughing.
was like, okay, yeah. Honestly, that's kind of funny though, just a bunch of drunk people be like, no.
Yeah, it is so funny. It'd be funny if you guys came back up and did a panel or something.
Oh my god, wait, we could get Nate and Sam are gonna be there.
Yeah, we could like try that out at the bed and breakfast.
We'll bring them all up.
I think it's a fun thing to
Then it's like an easy space to like play around with it.
Yeah.
And we're in this like kooky little wooded bed and breakfast.
Yes, I think it's a great idea.
All right, if you're in California, come to the show. Right with California, it's Valentine's Day. Go to punchup.live/JMS. We're gonna do a bonus segment that's only on my Punch Up, so you have to sign up there.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost anything. Right after this, but really quick for everyone listening, plug all your stuff where you want people to follow you.
I need to change my Instagram handle because it just really isn't as funny as I wanted it to be. But it's Audrey Stewart, but people think my name is Audrey Stewart. And then you can go to my website.
Stewart?
Yeah, which is just Audrey Stewart. I hate plugging myself.
No, me too.
I'm
It's
so
the
bad
worst.
at it.
But
And then I'm like, when they go there, is there actually a big nice AudreyStewartComedy.comedy? Or wait, it's Comedy.
you're talking too fast. You guys just go. It's in the show notes.
Just fucking Google me.
Okay, Google this bitch. All right, we love you, and go over to punchup.live for the last segment.
Well, there you go, idiots. That concludes this week's episode of Ignorance is Blessed. If you want to hear any bonus portions of any episode, head over to punchup.live/JMS to hear and or watch those. If you have questions, comments, concerns on anything myself or a guest said, you can voice them over in the Facebook group. It's called Idiots. Find it at facebook.com/JMS Comedy. It's linked right there on my page. You can also suggest guests, interact with other fans of the show. It's a good time. Come on by. Also, if you haven't yet, please leave a rating and a review for the podcast. It helps me out big time. And if you like this guest, make sure you go follow them on all their social media. Okay, well, I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient with my ignorance. See you soon, idiots.